So in this system, there's a few different major components. You have your individual growing container. Now each one of the containers, we can set the humidity, the temperature, the lighting, and the water irrigation to be exactly whatever it needs to be to give the plant the most beneficial nutrients and environment in order to grow and thrive. Like separate from each of the containers, we have then this unit, which is our transfer rack, and the robot will pick up the trays, it'll put it into the transfer rack, and that just helps go from one end to the other and allow things to be unloaded and loaded consistently and evenly. So within one of those rows, every single tray from one row will fit into this rack. I come from an automotive background to where we would build cars with these things. They're insanely precise. They're not very intelligent though. One thing a lot of people don't understand is though it looks like a very intelligent system, it actually will only do exactly what you tell it to. And a lot of times we have to work around the fact that it doesn't know there's containers or other things around it unless we program that into the system. The robot will do what the robot will do every single time, whether it's the right thing, wrong thing, or something's in the way. With the metallic parts and the steel parts and the components and the wires, that can all go together kind of like Legos. So it's piece by piece, this goes here, that goes there, and it goes together. Now you start getting into the program of it. In order for the robot to move at the optimal speed in the optimal location and not throw something off or hit a rack or run into the container, you have to be insanely precise down to fractions of a millimeter with where the robot actually goes, and then you can adjust it. So one of the biggest things is going to be moment and the momentum of each of the trays when it comes out. As you can see, the robot goes up and it's going to pull it around and it's pulling itself closer to the base instead of extending the arm all the way out. So when the arm is fully extended, you're going to have a larger moment on the end of that arm, which can ultimately end up tipping things over or pushing things out of whack to where it's not supposed to be. With this robot, now this robot is very, very capable of lifting each one of these trays. It's actually capable of lifting probably 10 to 15 times what one of these trays weighs and move it around with precision. So having the size of the actual pillars, the size of the gears, and the size of the rack is all just for our safety so that it's able to move properly without teetering on that safety point.
Do you love science? Of course you do. So stay up to date on all things science around Cincy by subscribing to our channel and follow us on Instagram and Twitter @SciAroundCincy.